welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships, Season 10, Week 2, Round 3. My name is Boma Fett. I am currently 5-0, going for 6-0 here in the championship of Round 2. Let's take a look and see who my opponent is. CoPilot. CoPilot is a princess, so I'm going to assume that CoPilot is female, and I'm going to say her throughout this rather than him. So, CoPilot, I apologize if you're not a woman, but princess makes me think that you probably are. CoPilot is not on SWGOH.GG, so there's no Grand Arena history for me to refer to, so I'm going to be relying on the hotbot and a look at her roster in order to try and formulate my defense. Let's take a look at the hotbot for a quick comparison. Okay, so you can see most of the green is on my side. There is a little bit of red over here on CoPilot's side. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. Alright, here with the GAC stats, you can see I have more lifetime banners, wins, undersized defends, and clears. Only 21 clears for CoPilot. So that could be a case of CoPilot doesn't do GAC very often, or CoPilot may not be very successful in GAC. Because CoPilot is not on SWGOH.GG, there's no GAC history for me to look at and see for sure which one of those is true. So one thing to keep in mind is that CoPilot is a spender, which means that she's come up through the divisions maybe a bit more than I have. I think when GAC started, I was in Division 6-ish, something like that, and CoPilot may have been in lower divisions and worked her way up a bit more quickly, and that means fewer chances for wins and defends. Still should have about the same number of chances for clears though, but that could account for the lower lifetime banners and offensive wins. Looking at the roster comparison, you can see that CoPilot has 300,000 more GP than I do, but my top 80 and top 65 GP is a little bit higher. I have a huge advantage in Zetas, 22 more Zetas. This is why I think CoPilot is a spender, because Zetas are something you can't buy. You can only earn over time, and so they're an indication of how long an account has been open, how long someone's been playing. So I've been playing a considerable amount of time longer than CoPilot, on this account at least. Average speed added, again, I have a huge advantage here, so I should have faster characters. Gear 13s, CoPilot has 15, I have 14, so very close. Gear 12s, CoPilot has twice as many as I do, 22 to 11, but honestly that's not a huge difference. I'm used to seeing much larger gap there in the Gear 12s. Gear 11s and above, I've got 71 to CoPilot's 54, so that means that I have maybe a little bit more usable depth to my roster. In the mod analysis, I do have more 6-stop mods, and here, just like we saw earlier, I have more speed on my roster. I have a lot more mods with high-speed secondaries. However, CoPilot does have a lot more mods with high offensive secondaries, so maybe she has chosen to go more offense rather than speed. Here in the relic summary, you can see that CoPilot has 61 total levels to my 56. I have the highest relic at Tier 6. Almost all of CoPilots are in the 4 to 5 range. Mine are kind of split between the 4, 5, and the 1 to 3. They're actually 2 and 3. I don't know that I have anybody who's Relic 1. Okay, let's go back to the game and take a look at CoPilot's roster. Okay, this is interesting. She actually has Negotiator with the Relic Kenobi. So I'm surprised that she's still using Home 1 in the arena and not using Negotiator. Okay, let's take a look at the character roster. Here are the 15 Relic characters. You can see that they're almost all Tier 4. We do have a Relic 3 Darth Revan and a Relic 5 Jedi Knight Revan. But other than that, they are all Relic 4. Some things that stand out to me: Akbar at Relic 4, that's probably for his ship. And then we've got a couple of Phoenix characters, Zeb and Kanan. That's very unusual to see Relic Phoenix. Scroll down and look at the Gear 12s. We do have a Malik here. We've got some more Phoenix characters. We're into the Gear 11s here. Nothing really jumping out at me. We do have Emphas Nest. Now into the Gear 9s, this is where I start considering things to be a little bit under-geared. So we've got BB-8, 5s, Scion, and Thrawn. Kylo Ren Unmasked, Boldaka, Shock T. Gear 8, we've got B2, Rex, Magna Guard, Kylo Ren, Nute Gunray, Night Sister Zombie, Mother Talzin, Wampa, Zalbar. Gear 7, Dooku, Echo, Hux, Night Sister Spirit. Now into the Gear 1s, we've got Greef Karga, the Resistance heroes, Mon Mothma, Mando, and Chupio. Now neither of us have a Galactic Legend, Jedi Luke, or General Skywalker. However, I do have Wat Tambor, and she does not. Okay, let's take a look at the defenses that were set. Remember, I didn't have GAC history to go off of. I was just going off of the Hotbot and her roster. And my thinking going into this was very similar to my thinking for last round. I wanted to set a good enough defense that she might not be able to get through it because she doesn't have the roster depth that I have, but I wanted to leave myself enough offense that I should be able to clear hers. So let's take a look and see if I'm right. Oh, she's already started to attack. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so she beat my Malik squad in one shot. That's better than my last opponent. She's going against my Grievous now, and then I've got my Timeout squad there. In the top here, I've got Newt, Poggle, Bounty Hunters, and Night Sisters. Looks like she beat that General Grievous squad in one shot. And back here, Phoenix, Leftover Rebels, Crap Jedi, and Finn with the Resistance heroes. We've got Phoenix, Ewoks, Jedi Training Rey, and Karth, Canderous, and Juhani. And down south, we have Bosk, Darth Revan, and Traya. Okay, I'm going to formulate a plan and watch her attacks, and then I will come back and attack in a bit. Alright, as you can see, I am an idiot, and I forgot to hit record again before doing my first zone. So let me show you what I did. I went in first against Bosk, and I took my Geos. This is what I do in 5v5. It sometimes works in 3v3, it sometimes does not, and this is one of those cases where it did not work. So I ended up bringing in Jedi Training Rey, and I cleaned that up, and I ended with a 41 in that zone. Against Darth Revan, I took my own Darth Revan. Now, I missed out on the Darth Revan meta, so I've never actually done a Darth Revan mirror match. So I took my own Darth Revan, Bastila Shan Fallen, and HK. Mine were faster, but he did get a lucky shot from HK on my Bastila and killed my Bastila. I still ended up winning the match and got 50 banners. Against the Traya squad, this is what I considered the most difficult squad here. Traya, Nihilus, and Malik. I took my CLS. I used Han shooting first in order to stun Traya, and that gave me time to work down on Nihilus and get rid of Nihilus, but then Traya isolated CLS and one-shot Chewie, and so I was down to an isolated CLS and Han. So the two of them together were able to get rid of Traya, and then Malik killed Han. So it came down to Malik versus CLS, and I was really surprised, but CLS was able to pull it out. He was able to stun lock Malik, and once Malik was stun locked, CLS just went to town, and I ended up winning even though I lost 2 characters. Only 47 banners, but I was happy to do it in one shot. Okay, let's take a look at what's in the back zone. We've got Maul, Savage, and Scion. They're all a bit undergeared. We've got an undergeared First Order squad. We've got Geonosians, and we've got Bounty Hunters with a Django lead. Okay, before we get to work on that, I want to show you what CoPilot was able to do against my defenses. You'll notice no zones are cleared. Here in the south, you saw that she had one-shot the Malik squad and the Grievous squad. She did end up losing that first battle against Kenobi and never tried again. Instead, she switched to the top zone, and she immediately went after the Poggle squad, and it took her 5 tries to beat the Poggle squad. Then she attempted the Newt squad, and after 2 battles, everyone there is still standing, and she has not attacked since. So that's 10 battles to take out 3 squads, no zones cleared. If it stands like this, she will be the 3rd opponent in a row that has not cleared any zones against me. Okay, so we're going to go back to work here in the north. And we will start with this Ewok squad. And we're going to take in Nest and Hermit Yoda. There's no Elder to go after, so we're just going to immediately target Wicket. And I'm just going to put this on auto. Okay, easy 55 banners there. And next we're going to go after this Phoenix squad. And believe it or not, I'm going to take my Padme squad in here. And I know that that's overkill, but where else am I going to use Padme? The reason I like Padme in this matchup is because we're going to get counterattacks from the Phoenix. We may also get some assists being called. Bye-bye, Hera. Zeta Zeb, and especially Relic Zeta Zeb, is actually a really tough character. He hits hard, he dazes, he stuns, he staggers. And he dies. 54 banners. Okay, against Jedi Training Rey, we're going to go with... Do I need a third here? I probably don't need a third, but I'm going to go ahead and take Old Ben because, again, where else am I going to use him? Let's go ahead and... Who should we mark? Should we get rid of BB-8 first? I kind of want to get rid of Jedi Training Rey first. There we go. Ability block. Bye-bye Scav. And bye-bye BB-8. 54 banners. And last in this zone, we have Karth. And we're going to take First Order here. And we're going to do this squad here. I'm going to take Officer off of this squad. We're just going to go with these two. And I probably will just put this one auto. Nah, let's play it out. I may have actually been able to go in here with just one of these two guys. The reason that the two Kylo Rens are so good against the Karth squad is that the Karth squad relies on damage over time, and the Kylos are pretty much immune to damage over time. I think at this point I'm just going to put it on auto. Okay, 55 banners. Let's see what fleet is in the back. Okay, that's a Negotiator. I'm glad I saved my Negotiator for offense. We'll come back to that. Back here in the back, we're going to go with our Triumvirate here. Isolate the Brute. Going after Soldier. Soldier has lower defense than the Brood Alpha or the Brute, and so you can do more damage against Soldier. And since they basically share the damage, you might as well go after the one with the lowest defense. Oh, they're really hurting Scion there. Okay, let's get rid of the Brood Alpha. Stay alive. Darn it. Alright, 49 banners is not great, but I kind of expect to lose a character in that matchup. It's even worse than 5v5. My Triumvirate's only gear 11. You know what? I actually messed that up on my spreadsheet. I was supposed to take the Triumvirate against the Kylo Ren squad, and I was going to use Palpatine, Vader, and Thrawn against the Geonosians, and I probably would have gotten better banners. So that was a bit of a mistake, but now I have my Palpatine squad to use against another squad here. So let's go ahead and, you know what, it'll be fun to take Palpatine against Palpatine and his second apprentice against his first apprentice. Maul always wanted revenge against Palpatine and Vader, so here's his opportunity. Oh, dodge. Bye-bye, Scion. Dodge this. I should have given that to Palpatine to heal up his protection. Okay, so that one mistake cost me a banner. If I had passed that turn meter to Palpatine, I would have healed his protection, and I would have gotten 54, so that was me being dumb. Okay, so against these bounty hunters, what do we have? Let's do this. Let's do Bastila, Ezra, and Kanan here. And then we're going to take Hux against the Kylo Rens. That'll be a fun little homage to the canon. I'm not sure if it'll work, but we'll try it. I know this will work. I have no doubt here. Let's take out Cad Bane. You notice no burning landed because of the extra tenacity that Bastila gives. We'll go ahead and taunt. Let's see if we can stun Jango. And we'll kill IG-88. There we go, 54 banners. They were never able to get through the extra protection up that Bastila gives. Okay, and against this first order, we're going to go with Hux. Executioner and Officer. Hux doesn't need to win, he just needs Kylo Ren to lose. Let's go ahead and start off by just attacking Phasma. Okay. Uh-oh. He stunned him. $52 banners. All right, and Negotiator versus Negotiator. And I think I'm just going to go with that. Put the buff immunity here on Anakin. Nope, didn't land. Oh, of course, the buff immunity landed there for them. But it was on 5s and not on the Houndstooth, so that's good. So let's see if we can get rid of Snips. here. Bring in Snips. All three of them are stealthed, which means none of them are stealthed. Bye-bye, Annie. Oh, Houndstooth! I was not expecting that. Was not expecting that. Alright. Not sure why you wouldn't start the battle with Houndstooth. Unless you're trying to bait your opponent, which is kind of what she did here. I didn't bring in as many reinforcements because I didn't see Houndstooth. So that's a good lesson for me there, isn't it? Boma Fett. Okay, we got rid of Consular. Almost through Houndstooth. Let's do a big hit. And bye-bye, Boba. 62 banners, which isn't great, but it's a win. So 24-39. I did have that one loss against Bosk, but overall I am happy with the full clear. So CoPilot has no chance of catching me, even if she comes back and full clears at this point. She's just lost way too many battles. So I would like to thank CoPilot for the match, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I will see you next time.